Hi guys, I'm going to show you today how I packed for a week-long trip to Morocco in just a carry-on and a personal item. So I'm leaving from a place, this is February, and where I live is cold. Morocco got up to the low 80s during the day and like the 40s and 50s at night. So I knew I was going to have to bring layers for the cold times, but also, you know, almost summer clothes for the warmer parts. Plus the fact that this is kind of not a business trip, but it was through my husband's work, and they had some semi-formal events we had to go to. They had some business casual events, and we also did some hiking. So I managed to pack for all of those different activities in just two of these in a carry-on and a personal item. Now, if you watched my video from a few years ago, I showed you how I packed for 3 weeks for Scotland in just a carry-on and this duffel bag. And what I liked about this duffel bag is the shoe compartment in the bottom. There's a zipper that goes all around the bottom, and I think I fit how many pairs of shoes? Like 8, something. I can't remember. But this bag was really nice if you care about bringing a lot of shoes. But other than that, it was actually kind of difficult to bring on the plane because it's really cumbersome. The shoulder strap broke after a couple of days, and having it attached to the carry-on like this made it really heavy and, as I said, cumbersome. It was really hard to navigate and move from place to place. I'm not thrilled with this setup anymore, and I've switched. I feel like I've upped my game using these two items. So I'm going to get to it and show you why. So first of all, this backpack was a lot easier to maneuver through the airport because, unlike the duffel bag that I had to either attach to the carry-on, and then it's really heavy to try to drag that, but if you carried it, it would cut into your shoulder. But a backpack, the nice thing about a backpack is it distributes the weight a lot better. So I would put the backpack on, and if you see here at the bottom of the straps, there's this buckle that goes this goes under my chest. So that also helped to distribute the weight. So I would just put the backpack on and buckle it on, and then I could just pull this. This carry-on has 4 wheels as opposed to my old one only had 2. So it's a lot easier to do those spinner wheels through an airport, and I could move a lot quicker. And especially during like jet lag and everything, when you haven't gotten a lot of sleep, it was a lot easier to manage everything. And anytime we got into a line, it was really easy to just hook this backpack over the carry-on pole. It was a lot easier to do that than with this bag. Plus, this bag always made my carry-on fall over, whereas for some reason, I guess because this backpack sits vertically, it distributes the weight so that I could set it on top here, and it was a lot more stable. It didn't fall over. So I like that factor too. So it was a lot easier to maneuver. And I also like the compartmentalization of this backpack. It's called a suitcase backpack, and you'll see why in a little bit. But first of all, what I really like about this backpack versus the duffel bag is the fact that there's all these zipper compartments that are easily accessible right here at the top. And that's really important because when you put this bag under the seat in front of you, you want to be able to get to all your stuff easily. So when I had this duffel bag under the seat in front of me, besides the shoe compartment at the bottom, there's just this huge compartment on the top, and it was really hard to get into it because the zipper's like sideways when you have it under the seat in front of you, and also the zipper is slippery. So it would open way too big, and I always felt like my smaller items were going to fall out and roll around, and they would just roll in front of the seat in front of me, and I'd never see them again. I was really worried about my stuff. But in this backpack, I felt a lot more secure because there's all these compartments. So I could put flatter items, for instance, in this top front pocket, like my passport. I could put my main stuff in the main compartment, and it zips from the top with that double zipper. Like this. This is what that top compartment opens out on the top, like that. I could easily get to stuff there. I could easily get to my passport. And if you see, there's this little pocket coming out. This is one of those fanny packs. And what I like about this fanny pack is it's RFID secure. So what I did was I would put my passport in this fanny pack, then fold the fanny pack up and stick it in that front pocket. And that way I had the peace of mind to know that if somebody was going around scanning things, they weren't going to be able to scan my passport because it was RFID protected. And I do know that it is RFID protected because whenever my bag was going through security, they actually had me take this out because this RFID was blocking what was underneath it, and they wanted to make sure I didn't have anything that I was hiding underneath it. So I would highly recommend looking for, like, I don't know where to get this fanny pack because I got it at a thrift store, like literally a week before my trip I got it. So I don't know where to find it, but I'm sure you can find something like it on Amazon. What I also like about it is it has 2 pockets, so you could put, like, for instance, I took this out one night. We went to the Marrakesh night market, and I didn't want to bring my purse. So I just put my phone in the front, and I put all the cash in the back. And I just wore it, like, crossbody in front of me. And I felt like my stuff was really secure. I threw a scarf up over so nobody could even see that I had anything under it. So it was really nice, and you don't even feel it when it's on. So I really recommend getting something like that. You see people in airports with these fanny packs all the time, and it's because you can keep things like your passport and your money right there in front of you on your body, and nobody else can get to it. All right, this is the side of the backpack, and so you can see some really nice details here are these cinching straps on either side, which I have them pulled down to their lowest limit because we were flying Air France, and Air France has really specific dimensions for what is allowed in a personal item, and I didn't want anybody bothering me about having a bigger item, so I cinched them down as small as they would go to kind of streamline the bag. It also has this kind of bottle holder pocket on the side, so you can see my hand is in it. You can put a water bottle in there, and it's elasticized. You can see the elastic stretching with my hand in it. You can also put your phone or passport there, but I wouldn't necessarily do that because someone could just reach in and take your phone or your passport out. Anyway, this is another advantage to this bag. Like, I used it as a personal item, so that's why I had it cinched down so tightly. But if I didn't already have a carry-on, I could unzip this panel and expand it. And I could put enough clothes in there to probably get me through a week of backpacking. You know, not formal wear or anything, but I could easily pack this and only have one item to carry. If I were, you know, for instance, if you're flying like Spirit Airlines or one of those where they charge you for anything past a personal item, you could pack everything in this bag and expand it. And you could even go to your location unexpanded, and then if you buy anything, you could expand it on the way home. You know, so it's a really nice, versatile bag, and I really like it. I got mine on Amazon. I don't know the brand, and I'm not going to leave a link in the copy because as soon as you do that, they change the website, and then the link doesn't work anymore. So all I recommend, I just recommend you to go to Amazon and look for suitcase backpack. All right, so let's see some more features. This is the other side of the backpack, and you see there's another water bottle pocket and the cinching cords on either side. And then now I want to talk to you about this fancy little water bottle. This is a foldable water bottle. I think I got it on Temu for like $1. And what I like about it is it's refillable and cleanable, and the lid comes off, but it also has this carabiner where you can hang it. So this is what it looks like unfolded, and it does stand up on its own. If you fold the bottom out, it'll stand up on its own. It holds about 2.5 cups of water, so not a ton of water, but once you get through security, I always recommend, if you don't have a folding bottle like this, to buy a water bottle and drink it, or buy it for the plane after you get through security. And it's always good to have extra water on the plane because you probably want to try to sleep at least a little bit. And if you sleep, you're going to miss the water service whenever the flight attendants come around with water. You're probably going to miss one or two of those. And you need to stay hydrated. So that's why everybody that I know who travels, they always recommend having at least a bottle of water of your own at your seat. So it's not a ton of water, but it helps. Every little bit of water helps. So anyways, what I like about it is when you fill it, it fits into that water bottle holder. But if you feel like that's a little unstable, you can also attach it like with the carabiner to the side of your bag. What I also like is that the seat pocket in front of you, the seat pocket that's right there, those things are so nasty. Like, if you have just a regular water bottle, you have to stick it in that pocket, and that's just gross. So I like the fact that it has this carabiner, so I can hang it either on the tray table in front of me or hang it somewhere. I could even hang it on that pocket in front, and then I'm not sticking the bottle inside the pocket. It's just hanging there, and it's easy access to your water. So I just wanted to show you that you can take the lid off and you can easily fill it. It's a little hard to fill from a water fountain, but it is doable. And again, every little bit of water helps on a flight. So, and then once you get to your destination, you can just fold it back up, or you can wash it out, I actually, we used our water bottles whenever we did excursions during the day. So it was nice to have water and not have to buy it everywhere we went. All right, so now I'm showing you the easy access to all these pockets. There's also another U-shaped pocket right here, and that's where I put my books. So I've started journaling recently because I take so many trips that I forget the details. So I try to write them down every day. So I always bring a journal. And then I brought this other book. This is a gigantic book to bring on a flight. It's 2 pounds, which is really heavy, but I really wanted to read it. So I felt like splurging the weight for that book. Anyway, I like that I had a separate compartment for it. All right, then this is another feature to this bag, but I didn't use this feature. This is a laptop compartment in the back next to the straps. It's a padded compartment and it lays flat against your back. I also like the fact that, a lot of flights will still make you take your laptops out and your liquids out. So the advantage to this bag is that you have an easy access to your laptop whenever you're going through security. All right, now this is why it's called a suitcase backpack, because it opens like a suitcase. And I really like this because whenever it's in the seat in front of you, you can zip just down the front part to get to your stuff right there. But whenever you get to your destination, you can open it up like a suitcase, and then you can get to all your stuff really easily. This is one of the things I hate about backpacks, is digging into them from the top. I really like this feature because you can get to everything really easily right away. So the flap that opens has this flat mesh pocket, and you see I have this thing called a secret pouch in there. We're going to see what that's for in a second. So that's one side, and then the other side has all of my stuff that I need for the flight and for the travel and my toiletries. So I can easily, this is another reason it's called a suitcase backpack, because it has this strap that goes over the top of everything, which when I'm traveling, I don't have that locked there because I need to be able to get to my toiletries, because they still made us take our liquids out on this trip, not from leaving from America, but once we had a layover in Paris and then flew to Morocco, and they made us go through security every leg of the journey, which is annoying, but I liked having this backpack because I could get to everything really easily and really quickly, and we got through security a lot quicker that way. All right, now this is a down-filled winter coat, and you can see I just kind of shoved it in there to get home. The reason I have this coat is because the place I'm leaving, the place I am flying out from and flying back to, is cold. It's February, so it's winter. And so I really like this down coat. It's like at the time of me filming this, it's $50 on Amazon. It's nylon outer, inner, and down feathers filled. So it's really warm, but it's really lightweight. So it has a lot of the usual details like the elasticized cuffs, and the zipper zips all the way up over your chin. And the hood does not have a cinching cord, but it is elasticized. I think they didn't put the cinching cord just to cut down on mass. But it has side zipper pockets that I really like. The brand is called, I think it's called 32 Degree Heat, maybe, something like that. But it's on Amazon. Another thing I really like about it is it's longer, so it covers my butt. I hate having a cold butt. So this coat is, it covers that and keeps me really warm. And plus it's green, and I like green, but it's like a non-obnoxious green. So I always like to try to find colors that aren't black, but are still colorful, you know. So that aren't black, but are still neutral, I mean to say. Then these gloves are by a brand called -33. They are 85% merino wool. So even though they're really small, they're really warm for being so small. And I can zip them up into my coat pockets, and I can pack the whole thing down, and I have nice warm winter layers that don't take up a whole lot of space. So this is the fabric content if you want to see it. And then what I really also like about this coat is it's machine washable, and you can even tumble dry it. So that's really nice. All right. Now, also one other feature is you can zip the hood off, which I like a hood because I don't like wearing winter hats. But if you don't like hoods, you can always remove the hood off this. So that's a nice feature. Now I'm going to show you how to pack this coat up so it takes up the least amount of space. So first of all, zip it up and lay it down flat. Fold the arms in like this, and then fold in the one side third, and then fold in the other third. And then from the bottom, roll it up really tightly, and then roll it up into the hood. And so then you can see how small it packs down. I mean, it's crazy to think that this coat has a hood. It has 2 gloves in it, and it also is long enough to cover your butt. It comes like halfway down my thighs. That's how long it is, but it packs down this small. So you could either put a rubber band around it if you wanted to, or what I did is I got that secret pouch from the aforementioned secret pouch, and I stuffed it into that. So look how small that is. That's a winter coat that's in this tiny little pillow. And I actually, on one of the flights, I used this as lumbar support. So this even had another use, little secret use there as a lumbar support. All right, and then there you see the coat is in the secret pouch, and it looks a lot more organized in there. I like to keep things organized because the more organized you keep everything, the less likely you are to lose things. All right, now let's look at this little cute bag. What could be in here, I wonder? Well, these are down-filled booties. So these are actually for camping because my feet get cold when I'm camping, when I'm sleeping especially. So, and these are really warm, but they're really lightweight. So usually when I'm traveling, I'll take a pair of wool socks, but I just got these for camping and I wanted to use them. I actually ended up not using them because it didn't get quite cold enough for my feet to get that cold. But I'm glad I brought them because they packed down really, really small, and it was worth it just for the peace of mind because you don't want to have to worry about having cold feet. All right, then I have a blanket scarf that I've had for several years. It's 50 by 60 inches, so it covers most of your body. It's very thin, but it's warm enough. It's just enough of a layer to stave off the cold of a airplane air conditioner. So it's surprisingly warm for being this thin. What I like about a blanket scarf, besides even the fact that you can wear it as a scarf, which I did, and you can also use it as a blanket, which I did on the airplane, but also you could use this in lieu of a sarong, like for a swimsuit cover-up. You could tie this around yourself like a sarong. So a lot of uses for a blanket scarf. I highly recommend it. And it also packs down so small that I could stuff it into the bag with my camping booties. So that cut down on some of the space saving too. Now, notice this. I have a winter coat, a pair of gloves. The winter coat has a hood. I have a scarf and a pair of down-filled camping booties, and it takes up that little amount of space. So you can travel quite nicely in the winter and still pack things down very small. You just have to be smart about the items that you choose. All right, now let's talk about neck pillows. I've searched the world over for the perfect neck pillow, and to me, this is the one that fits the bill. I don't know if Triple is still a brand on Amazon, but that is where I got it. And you see it says 360 all-around neck support. This is like the greatest neck pillow ever for anyone. If you're like me and your head moves from side to side, my head will fall forward or backward. I'm always like adjusting whenever I'm sleeping on an airplane. So I need neck support that is stiff and firm, but while still being soft. Whereas, like, for instance, my husband doesn't like this is too stiff for my husband. He doesn't like the confinement. He likes a smushier pillow, but a smushier pillow hurts my neck because, you know, it just causes neck pain for me. So here's some details about it. Is there's a little clasp on one end, so you can attach this to the outside of your backpack or your carry-on, and it doesn't count as part of your luggage. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my washer in the background, but that's what that noise is in the background if you can hear it. Anyways, you can attach this to the outside. It doesn't count as your luggage. So if you buy items or you filled your luggage to capacity, you can always attach this to the outside. You can also unattach that clasp and hang it if you need to hang it from something. All right, this is opening it up, and in the middle of the neck pillow I have an eye mask and earplugs that I not only use on the plane, but I also use them every night when I sleep. I made this eye mask like years ago. I made it from silk and a blackout blind. So, because anyways, that's how I want it. If I'm wearing an eye mask, I need it to be completely dark, but silk is nice on your skin. So anyways, all right, so this is what the neck pillow looks like rolled up, and then when you unroll it, this is what the front of it looks like. Now it has this clasp in the front, and so you have to attach both ends of the clasp and snap them together, and that keeps the neck pillow from falling off your neck. So what I usually do is I get my neck pillow out and I put it on right away. Because another thing about me is I don't like when my neck is cold on an airplane. So, and I don't necessarily want to wear a scarf on an airplane. So if I just put my neck pillow on, then I can just fall asleep whenever. I just put it on as soon as I start, and I keep it on the whole flight. But I don't necessarily tighten it until I'm ready to go to sleep. So if I just attach it like this, then it won't fall off. If I need to unattach it, you just hit that button and it comes apart. And then to tighten it, you push the two buttons in on the sides and then pull down and pull it really, really tight. If you pull it really, really tight, your head, even if your head falls forward, it will not fall through that gap in the front. If your head has ever fallen forward with a neck pillow, you know what I'm talking about. Most neck pillows, your head falls right through the middle, but this one, if you tighten it well, your head will not move at all. And like, you do kind of look like you're in traction, but I don't care what I look like on a plane because I'm just there to get to where I'm going and hopefully get a little bit of sleep. All right, so this is what it looks like from the side. You can see that it's fitted ergonomically to fit the the bottom of your head and the top of your shoulders and everything in between your neck. It supports it nicely. It also has this outer shell. I like that because I can take that off and wash it, because I always wash everything. Like, I even wash my backpack when I get home, because the only thing I can't wash is my carry-on, but like in the washing machine, I mean. I wash everything because airplanes are nasty. Anyways, the outer shell comes off, and so that's nice. My husband also uses this as a pocket where he puts an eye mask and earplugs into this part of his neck pillow. So that's a little thing you can do as well. All right, and then now I'm showing you the firmness, and I have to say I'm squeezing really hard, but there's like a inner core that's like super stiff, and then the outer part of it is foamy. So it keeps your neck stable, but there's also a little bit of give, so it's not, you know, not so stiff that you can't move. All right, now this is my most perfect travel purse that I've ever used. It's a little Kate Spade purse. You can see it's small, and it looks very small, but it actually holds a lot. So it's like literally the most perfect travel purse, okay? It's got enough structure to it with the piping around the edge that it will hold its shape, but it also is, I don't know how to say, mushy. It's mushy enough that you can flatten it down. But what I actually do in transit is I use my purse to hold all of like my little electronics and like gum and sunglasses and stuff like that. So I use it as kind of a traveling pouch. What I really like about this purse is it transitions really nicely. I've gone on hikes with this purse. I've also taken it to like formal dinners. So that's what I'm saying. It's like the most perfect travel purse ever. And you know, if you are a woman and you travel with a purse, you know that your purse takes up a lot of room. Sometimes women use their purse as their personal item, but I've traveled enough to know that this is like my one and done. I hope it holds up because I plan on using it forever. I also like that it's Kate Spade, so it's not like Louis Vuitton or Gucci or anything, but it's kind of designery, so you can kind of feel a little fancy, you know, if that's important to you. So you can see it holds quite a lot, even though it's small. So let's get into what I packed in this purse. But right before we do that, in case you want to see the inside, there's a pocket on this side, and then there's a zipper pocket on the other side, and all the cute little Kate Spade, like she always puts cute little words in there. All right, now this is what I had in my purse on this trip, but this was just for in transit. When I got to my destination, I put different stuff in. But anyways, let's look at each item. So this is like, I always try to use items that are at least double use, if not triple use. And this is one of those items. This is a mirror, but it's also a phone charger. And yeah, it's kind of dirty because I keep it in my regular purse because my phone is really old. I have an iPhone 8, and I'm making this video on my iPhone 8, and I am going to use this phone until it dies, or if Tim Cook takes it from my cold dead hands. Okay. So anyways, that's how I feel about it, but the battery's getting old. So I like to have an extra battery with me to charge, especially when you're traveling, you want to take pictures. Nothing sucks more than seeing something really cool and then you can't video it or take a picture of it. So I like to have this. And here's another little cute gadget. See this kind of leather looking bracelet? It looks like a high-end bracelet, but you know what this actually is? It's a phone charging cord. So I love this thing because then I don't have to like dig around in my bag to find my charging cord because I'm wearing it. So I just take it off my wrist and plug it in and plug my phone in, and it charges my phone right there. So it's really awesome. I love this thing. It also is a double mirror. One side's magnification, one side's normal, and it lights up. So that's nice as well. And it charges really quickly. When you charge the battery itself, it charges in like, I don't know, an hour. And it will, on a full charge, it will charge your phone at least once. So anyways, like if your phone is in the red zone and dying, it will charge your phone one time from a complete depleted battery. Okay, and then this is my converter, universal plug converter. It has 2 USB ports on the side, and it has all the plugs in it. And it also converts voltage a little bit. Like I've never used it with a hairdryer. I wouldn't want to test it on a hairdryer, but it converts all the other items that I've ever needed to use. It converts the voltage just fine. This is an older one. I do have a newer one that has a USB-C plug, but this one still works, and I don't really need the USB-C right now. So anyways, I, you know, I'm the kind of person that I will literally use a thing until it is like dust. That's who I am. All right. Now, I also always pack gum, and especially gum with xylitol, because you don't always have the ability to brush your teeth when you're out and about. And I I don't like having my teeth gross and dirty after I eat, so I always keep a package of gum with me, and specifically xylitol gum. All right, these are fold up glasses. I think I've shown you these before. I don't know. They fold out. They kind of look like Ray-Bans. They're polarized, and they pack down really small. So that's nice. All right, then this is my noise canceling headphones. And I like this little pouch because it holds more, just a little more than the headphones. So here's another charging cable, and then there's a few other little accessories there. This charging cable has all the ends that you need. So it has the lightning cable, it has the micro USB, and it has the USB-C. And so you can literally charge anything with this cord. Then these are my noise canceling Bose headphones. I think I've shown you these before, but I like the inner ear part is very comfortable to wear, and the noise canceling is really good. Like, you can, if you're listening to relaxing music on the plane and turn this function on, you can sleep through a crying baby. And I'm not a very good sleeper. So if I can do it, you can do it. All right. Then these are some other little accessories, because these headphones have the 3.5 jack that airplanes still use. But if I want to listen to something on my phone, I need this converter cord. Also, I always keep this adapter in my stuff just in case I'm ever on an airplane with a double jack. And then this is if you want to listen to music but also charge your phone. That helps you do that. All right. So then this is my toiletry bag. I bought this on Amazon a few years ago, and I love this toiletry bag. This is like the best. Whoever designed this knew what they were doing. So first of all, it packs down really small, but you can fit a ton of stuff in it. And I always keep like a claw clip on top because I have a lot of hair, and I need my claw clip to be really accessible, so I always clip it to the top handle. Then there's a flat pocket on the outside for feminine needs. You know what I mean? And keeping them separated on the outside is a good idea, because just in case one of your liquids busts, you're not going to get all that stuff wet. So then it unzips and it kind of lays flat like a clamshell, like a suitcase. And it has 4 compartments. So on the top, there's this smaller pocket. I brought a lot of tissue packets because I knew in Morocco, they're one of those countries that make you pay for public restrooms, and they never have toilet paper even though they make you pay. So I always bring tissues and put a package of those in my purse before we go out. Then this section I reserve for liquids. And if I'm traveling in the US, I can just leave them in this compartment, and you don't have to take your liquids out in the US. But when you travel internationally, they make you take your liquids out. So I also pack this other removable clear bag, and I will dump all my liquids into this bag before I go through security, and put this separately just so I can get through security quickly. Then once I get through security, I dump all my liquids back into my toiletry bag, and then I take out just the things that I need for the flight and put them in this little pouch right here, and then keep them in the top of my backpack so that I can easily access them. So it will change your life if you do something like this. It makes life so much more easy when you're traveling. All right, then the last 2 compartments, this one I keep wet wipes and emergency and any pills that I need. And then this other section is for dry things like toothbrush and glasses holder and vitamins. All right, now I'm not going to show you all my toiletries, but I'm going to give you a few honorable mentions. First of all, a paper mask that's doused in serum of some kind. This is always nice to, after you wash your face on the airplane, it's so dry. So put one of these on, and it makes a difference. Your face feels so much better when it's moisturized. Then I found this little tiny cute deodorant, and I don't know where this, I don't know if you find this on Amazon or not, but this is like the smallest deodorant I've ever seen. And I'm like, that's perfect for plane travel. All right, then these are 2 vitamin cases. One of them I take a lot of vitamins. But one of them is for the morning, the other one's for the night. And also I reserved part of them for my toothpaste. This is a new item that I've never used before, but this was a game changer for me and my husband, actually. And my husband's very skeptical about things like this, but he really liked this. These are toothpaste tablets. So what you do is you just take one of them and chew it down into a powder, and then just start brushing your teeth normally. And it sounds crazy, but your teeth, honestly, I feel like my teeth feel cleaner with these toothpaste tablets than they do with actually even regular toothpaste. But what I like about this especially is it cuts down on, number one, cuts down on your space, but also you cut out a liquid. Then you don't have to carry a tube of toothpaste. And it's always nice to convert liquids into solids when you can for plane travel. Now, there are a lot of brands of toothpaste tablets, and I prefer this brand, and the reason is because there's no fluoride and there's no fillers in it. There is silica, but silica is a mild abrasive, and it's to remove stains on your teeth, so I don't mind that there's silica in it. But there's a lot of different calciums in it. There's xylitol is the sweetener, so xylitol is really good for your teeth enamel. And also it has baking soda. So anyways, I really like this and I recommend it. Now, if you've watched any of my emergency little survival tin videos, you know that I've told you that sewing kits are free. This is an example. I asked for one in the hotel and they gave me this sewing kit for free. And you can see this is a nice one. It has a needle for every thread and it opens out. There's a safety pin and some buttons. So anyways, I just wanted to show you. Sewing kits are free. Go to a hotel and ask for one. All right, now let's talk about my carry-on. First of all, it's orange, so it's easy to find. But I have noticed that more and more people have orange carry-ons. So make sure you have something on it that defines, like I always have luggage tags on my stuff, but I also have this carabiner. So that helps distinguish mine from other people's, but also if I want to attach another bag or another item to the outside, I can do it with that carabiner. I also recommend locking your carry-on for 2 reasons. First of all, on the plane, it just gives you peace of mind that nobody's going to be able to like go through your stuff, like get your carry-on out while you're sleeping or something. They're not gonna be able to get into it because it's locked. And or if you have to check, if they make you check your carry-on and you don't want them going through your stuff, you can put a lock on it. But also, I use this in lieu of the safety box in the hotel because the safes in the hotel, the staff can get into those boxes. And what if you have a bad staff member who steals stuff and they can get into your safe box? So I like to have a lock on my carry-on and keep all of my valuables in my carry-on when I'm at the hotel. And so when I'm out and about, I have the peace of mind that nobody's getting into my stuff. All right. And if they do get into my stuff, then I know that they did and I can raise a fuss about it to the hotel, you know? So anyways, all right, so it's a clamshell carry-on. It's actually the max measurements that we flew on Air France. This was the max measurements for an allowable carry-on. And then I got on the flight and people had those ginormous carry-ons from the 80s. I'm like, how did they let you on with that gigantic carry-on? Anyways, I still, even if they will allow bigger carry-ons on the plane, I still prefer a smaller one just because it's easier to maneuver when it's not super heavy. So if I confine myself to a smaller carry-on, then I won't overfill it and then I'll still be able to manage it. I'll be able to lift it up over into the overhead compartment, for instance. All right, so it opens out like this, like a clamshell. The one side has a mesh pocket that I didn't use, but it does unzip. And you can see that this is all my dirty laundry I put back into my packing cube. So you can see I didn't roll them or anything. I just stuffed them all in there because, you just pack up in a hurry. But I have a fleece hoodie packed there, and I have an umbrella. Now you might think, why'd you bring an umbrella to the desert? Well, the reason I do is twofold. First of all, where I live, it rains a lot. It's actually raining right now. So in transit, I don't want to get wet. And I don't know if it's going to rain or not whenever I come back. So I like to have an umbrella. Second of all, I'm fair skinned and I don't like wearing sunscreen because sunscreen has a lot of forever chemicals in it and hormonal stuff. So in lieu of sunscreen, I am one of those obnoxious people that will open an umbrella if the sun is bearing down on me. But me and all the Korean women, okay? So we just like umbrellas. It's keeps our skin from getting cancerous, right? So anyways, all right, so that's the other side. And this is the main reason that I lock my carry-on, because I like to bring jewelry with me. So, and then this is my jewelry box, and it's just a pretty standard jewelry box. You can see I've used it a lot. There's little pock marks on it and everything, but it's because I use it. All right, now let's talk about what I packed for clothing. This was my base layer. So I packed this graphic tee. This is, remember the X-Files? I used to love that show. Then I wore, these are compression tight. Well, these are compression leggings, kind of like Spanx, but I think they're a different brand. But anyways, they compress all the way from your ankle all the way up to your waist. So I really like wearing those on a plane because I hate that feeling when your leg, like I used to wear compression socks, but they only go up to your calves. And I don't know, my thighs would feel weird. I don't know how to describe it. So I just really prefer wearing these leggings that go all the way up and you just feel compression all the way up. All right, then I wore, these are kind of barefoot. They're almost barefoot shoes, but they're hiking shoes. And I knew we were going to do a little bit of hiking. These were my biggest shoes. So you know what they say is you should always wear your biggest stuff on the plane and then you don't have to pack it. And then like these are old socks. Sorry, they look like they're dirty, but these ones are actually clean. Anyways, these are little, I call them footy socks, but I think they're called ankle socks. You can buy them anywhere like Amazon, Big Lots, Walmart. You can buy like 1 million of them for like $5. So what I did is, I just wore those little socks on the plane. And then if my feet were to get cold, I would throw those little down booties on, but they never did. Anyways, this is my base layer. Now I wanted to make a note about these little ankle socks. I like these socks because I don't like wearing barefoot. I don't like wearing shoes barefoot. And also I like to wear socks at night. I don't know. I hate when my feet are at all cold or clammy. I just like having a pair of socks on even in summer. I know I'm probably weird, but what I like about these little footy socks is this is two pairs of ankle socks rolled up, and they pack down super small. So those are like my favorite travel socks. I actually wear these socks every day anyways, but just in general, in my life, I wear these little footy socks. All right, then this was my outer layer. So first of all, this is kind of a tunic-y long sleeve shirt. It's 100% silk. The brand is Winter Silks, and I really like it because it's very thin and you can pack it down really small, but it is really surprisingly warm. And I never got cold on the plane at all wearing that. And then I wore this poncho, Ralph Lauren poncho, over top of it. What I like about this poncho is that it's a wool blend. So there's the warmth factor, but it also has this front hand warmer pocket. And as I was going through the airport, I just kept my passport and my ticket in that pocket, and then I could get to it very easily. So that was nice. I also like that it has a hood. There was a time or two on the plane where it got really cold and I just put this hood on and went back to sleep. And I also like how big it is. It's just comfortable, and it's also kind of fashionable, so you don't feel like a total scrub. But anyways, I really like that outfit. I think I will wear it again. This is what the winter silks looks like. You can see it's very thin. You can see my hand through it. So it's really just supposed to be kind of a base layer. I brought it just in case I got cold, because the pajamas I just brought a t-shirt and leggings. And just in case I was cold at night, I brought this as in lieu of like a sweatshirt that is really bulky. So anyways, then if you saw my former video, you know that I like to pack shoes like this because then it just cuts down on getting dirt everywhere. But I brought 2 pairs of shoes, and then I ended up buying 2 pairs of shoes in Morocco. So I'm going to show you those now. So these I packed because this wasn't a business trip per se, but it was through my husband's job. So I knew that we were going to have to go to a few like semi-formal things and like a few business meetings or whatever. So these are pointed toe flats. So what I like about flats is they're very packable. They pack down very flat. But in lieu of wearing rounded toe flats that look kind of frumpy, I like pointed toe flats because they look a little dressier. And even though you don't have a heel, they kind of are reminiscent of a heel. So they look a little more formal. And then I always bring these sandals. I love these things. They have arch support. I got these on Amazon several years ago. I think they were like $20, and they're way better than Tevas or Chacos. They've held up. I also like that they have this strap that can go either around the back of your heel if you're doing a lot of walking, or you can push that strap forward and just slide them on like mules. But I've worn these sandals everywhere. Like I take them on almost every trip, even if I'm going somewhere cold, because sometimes you don't know if the hotel is going to have a nasty floor, and especially sometimes in the shower. Like we stayed at a Four Seasons, so I wasn't worried about the shower because they clean your shower like 3 times a day. But anyway, I just always like to have these. I will say that if they're wet and you pack them up, they will get a little stinky, but you can just throw them in the washer and they clean up nicely in the washer. You just stick them in the washer, wash them, and then hang them to dry. Now, these are the shoes that I bought in Morocco. These are knockoff Hermes, but they're Moroccan leather, and they're handmade. So I don't care that they're not actually Hermes. They're also really comfortable. I walked, like the first time I wore them, I didn't know my husband's job, they had made us go to this really fancy party in Marrakesh in the middle of the city. So we had to they dropped us off at the market square, and then we had to walk all the way through the market to get to where the dinner was. And I put these on for the first time, and they were super comfortable, like no calluses or blisters or anything. Anyways, they're handmade and they look like Hermes, and I just think that they're super cool. Now, these are really awesome. These are also Moroccan leather and handmade, but the style of shoe here, it kind of looks like a mule or a slide. This is called a babouche, and this style of shoe is of the indigenous people of Morocco, the Berber people. This is the style of shoe that they wear. It's all leather, even the sole, and I think this is like the coolest pair of shoes I own now, just because they are so rustic looking, but also like a fake Louis Vuitton. I just think that they're so awesome. I love them so much. These were the only 2 things I bought in Morocco, were these 2 pairs of shoes, and I love them. Love them. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the clothes that I packed, and picture not available because I'm going to talk to you about my underwear, and I'm not the kind of girl who's going to show you my underwear, okay? So I'm just going to tell you about them. All right, so besides the socks, the underwear, and the bra that I wore on the plane, I packed 2 more socks. I packed 2 more pairs of underwear. I packed 3 more bras. And the reason is because the underwear that I buy are like polyester mesh, and they wash out and they dry in like a couple of hours. So I only needed 2 pairs. And those socks are polyester as well, and they dry out within a day. But bras, some bras have padding, and I just want to make sure that they were thoroughly dry. So that's why I brought an additional 3 bras in addition to what I was wearing, just to make sure that I wasn't putting on a wet bra, because that's nasty. Let's see what else I brought. Oh, I brought two pairs of like biker shorts to go under some dresses that I'm going to show you. Like we kind of went to these semi-formal parties, and I don't like wearing just regular underwear under a dress because I don't like when my thighs touch. So I just bring these kind of like biker short underwear to go under dresses. And yeah, that's it for the underwear. Now, let's talk about pajamas. I just brought a cotton t-shirt and black leggings. I always bring black leggings for pajamas because just in the case of the event that you have to wear them out somewhere, it doesn't necessarily look like pajamas. It might just look like you came from exercising or something. So, like, there were a few mornings we woke up and ate breakfast and I just went in my pajamas. So, and then also if one of your pants gets damaged or something, you can, in a pinch, you can wear these leggings instead of pants. All right, but these are the pants that I brought. They are 5 of them. So starting from the right, we have a pair of black dress pants that they're really thin, but they look really nice. And so they travel well because they, and also notice that a lot of my clothes are wrinkled, and this is because I'm coming back from the trip. So sorry that they're kind of messy looking, but anyways, then the next thing, these are kind of fun sort of palazzo pants, but they're like Lauren Conrad or something. So they're not hippie pants. They're like mall brand pants, but they, I'm going to Morocco, so I want to wear pants that are a little bit fun. So I brought those, and they're like super thin, so they pack down well. These are some hiking pants, black pants, and you can see they have a drawstring and then the zipper pockets on the side. I will say that these hiking pants are so low profile that I have worn them as dress pants before. All you have to do is, all you have to do is tuck in the drawstring into the waistband and then wear a shirt that covers the neon zipper pulls. And I've worn them as dress pants before. So, in that case, I wouldn't even have to bring these dress pants back there, but I just did, I could have cut out those dress pants, but whatever. All right, now these are some more fun pants, and I almost didn't bring them just because if you wear pants like this, you have to wear a solid top or you look crazy. But I was like, I have to bring these pants because if I'm not going to wear them in Morocco, where am I going to wear them? I mean, I still wear them where I live, but they're very Moroccan looking, right? And then I brought a pair of jeans, and I like these jeans because they're thin enough to pack down, but they're also like substantial enough that you don't feel like you're wearing jeggings, like, like nasty little jeggings. They actually feel like pants. The reason I brought jeans was because I knew we were going to ride a camel, and I read somewhere that you're supposed to wear jeans if you ride a camel. I don't know. Anyways. All right, now let's talk about my tops. So these are either business or business casual. So starting from the back, it's this White House Black Market top. I bring this everywhere because it works well. It's kind of in between a blouse and a t-shirt. You can get away with it for business. But anyways, then this is Versace because even though I have fake Louis Vuitton shoes, I'm not an animal, you guys. I do have some real things. But anyways, I like this shirt too because you can take that chain off. It says couture. You could wear that as a necklace by itself, or you could take it off the t-shirt and wear it just as a black neutral t-shirt. And then these 3 business shirts, I really recommend if you have a trip like this where you're going to have to do a few business casual things, or you want to look nice for dinner, but not like formal for dinner. I recommend these kinds of shirts because they're super thin and they're not a tunic, but they are longer. So you can tuck the front in, or you can leave it untucked and it looks nice. But here's the main reason that I love shirts like this, because you can roll. This is all 3 of those shirts rolled together and they take up 0 space. So I don't know. I love that. I need to find more shirts like that because they're like the perfect travel shirt, especially in the summer. Now, we were going to the desert, so it's hot in the day and it's freezing at night. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough layers. So starting over here from the left, this purple cardigan and this black cardigan are both 100% cashmere. Okay, now I'm a little bit fancy, but both of these cashmere sweaters I got at the thrift store, so they only cost like a couple dollars. So, but what I recommend about cashmere is the fact that it is warm, but it's also super lightweight. If you can't find cashmere, I would at least try to find a wool cardigan because they're warmer, and you can wear a wool sweater, and because it's a natural fiber, it's like temperature regulation. Because like it'll keep you warm, but you also don't feel like you're sweating in it, if that makes sense. So anyways, I brought purple and black just because black, of course I'm going to bring black, but purple added a little bit of color to the wardrobe. And then this is a Zara cardigan, and it's not cashmere or wool or anything, but it's like super duper duper thin. And I almost didn't bring it except for the fact that it is so thin and it packs down to nothing. And I thought, I should bring it because it adds another color into the mix. And then this sweater here is not thin. It's not super bulky. It's kind of mid-level knit, but I just really wanted to bring it. So this was a little bit of a splurge because this doesn't pack down small, but I just really wanted to wear it. It kind of looks like Comme des Garçons, but it's not. It's a knockoff. And I'm glad I brought it too because it did get really cold a few nights, and I could just throw this on over, and then I don't have to wear a layer, a cardigan or whatever. So that was nice. I'm glad I brought it. Then we did do some hiking. So I have that orange shirt, the kind of heather black and white, then my Pluto t-shirt. And then in the morning, whenever we got ready to go to different hiking events, it was very cold. So I brought this hoodie partly because of the color. It added another color to the wardrobe. But the brand of this hoodie is Hanes. The outside of it is like soft and shiny kind of, and the inside is fleece lined. So it actually packs down smaller than a normal fleece hoodie, but it's just as warm. I also like that the zipper goes all the way up over your chin, and it has these really deep hand warmer pockets that you can keep your phone and stuff in, so you don't have to carry a purse with you. And then it has thumb holes in the sleeves, so that's nice too when it's cold. So that was cool. All right, then this was my hiking hat with my little Sasquatch on it. And then this was my swimming attire, a black thin cover-up and bikini, and then this hat. Like, this hat is super cool. There's a lot of coverage with it, but in the other side of it, on the underside of it, you can see it has this like blackout fabric. So it literally does block the sun from your face. So you're not getting UV, skin cancer and all that stuff. It has these two little loops on either side, and I am going to attach a strap, I think, because I wore it one day and there was this big old sandstorm came up and it blew right off my head. I almost lost it. So I'm going to put straps in it to attach it under my chin next time. But I also wore it swimming. It's a nice hat for that. The outer rim of it has a wire, so you can reshape it, but also you can fold it down, and it folds super small, and it holds its shape even when it's folded because of the wire in the brim. All right, then my last two items of clothing to show you are two dresses. I brought two maxi dresses, and the reason I bring maxi dresses is because I don't really like my legs, and I don't know, I get self-conscious about my legs, so it's just, I know maxi dresses are definitely longer and bulkier than a shorter dress, but these ones were actually pretty thin, and they pack down really small, even though they're very long. I like this black dress. You can see you can kind of see through the middle of it, so it kind of gives you the illusion or the feeling that you sort of have like a midriff showing without your midriff actually showing. So that's kind of a neat little detail. I like the tiered layers to that one, and this dress has those kind of what are they called? I don't know. They're kind of popular now. I forget what that's called. But anyways, that style. Now, oh, the scarf was kind of a splurge because I already had that black scarf. But the reason I brought this green one was because we're going to Morocco and this dress is black. And, you know, black can be kind of boring. So I wanted to have a splash of color. So I brought this green scarf. All right, now this dress is kind of, it ties around the neck and it, you know, got the animal print. So I figured that would be appropriate for Morocco and it ended up working really well. Now, one thing about this dress is it has spaghetti straps. So that means you're either going to have to wear a regular bra with it and look kind of trashy, or you're going to have to bring one of those like stick-on bras that if you sweat at all, they pop off. Or you have to bring a strapless bra, which is like then you're constantly playing with it and adjusting it. And I just didn't want to have to deal with any of that. So let me show you a trick that I do from time to time when I have a dress like this, is I just take an old bra and take the pads out and sew them into the dress. I just stitch it at each corner and then I don't have to worry about it. Now you could also maybe not wear a bra with this dress, but I don't like, I just want to have a little something there just because I feel weird not having anything. So that's what I do. And then you don't have to worry about it. You just wear the dress and no worries. All right, now I just want to show this. I thought this was hilarious, is as I was photographing all the clothing, I was throwing it to the side. And look at this. I fit all of these clothes, and some of those are packing cubes and stuff. I fit all of that in that carry-on. How did I do that? That's crazy. That's the magic of rolling when you pack. Roll your clothes. And you can fit a lot into a little space. So anyways, is that the last one? Yeah, that's my last picture. I hope this gave you some ideas for how to travel. And so thank you for watching this video and have a great day and safe travels. Bon voyage. Bye-bye.